Alrighty, thank you very much, Matt. Now, this morning we are joined with Mackenzie Moore from Ennis. Mackenzie, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really well, and we are also joined, I don't know if you can see him. We
Probably
might need
Slim.
to cut to a camera. We have Slim right below us. That's right, we have a Westminster junior competitor in the studio. This is probably the fanciest we have ever been, let's be honest, on Montana this morning. And you also competed at Westminster, of course, with Slim. Tell me, before we get into that, because that's such an amazing experience. How did you get into the sport of showing dogs?
So my mother has been in dogs since 1999, and I grew up in it. You know, she started her breeding program way before I was born. She started in Alaska Malamutes, and then she got into boxers. And so when I was born, that was what I was born into. That was my life.
And how did you cross paths with the old Sussex Spaniel, which is what Slim is right here?
Yes. So I actually got into Brittany's, which is in the same sporting group. And then after I showed them for about 3 to 4 years, his owner actually ran into me and was like, hey, you want a Sussex to show? And I said, of course, and now here we are.
And tell us about getting that purple envelope in the mail that says you are invited to the Westminster Dog Show. I mean, your heart must have been going a million miles an hour.
I wasn't even home when I got it at the first point, because I was actually at a dog show with Slim, and my dad actually was like, oh, hey, you know, you got the envelope, here it is. And I was like, really? I actually got it in the mail? It was really meaningful to me, because being the only Montana competitor and the only one showing the Sussex, it was definitely a lot.
And how was the competition? I mean, it had to have been steep competition over there. But I mean, you and Slim are such a dynamic duo.
Oh yeah, it was definitely, our group was definitely a tough competition. So to make the first cut in our group, you know, where are you going, buddy? It was definitely meaningful, just because we've worked so hard for so many years. It was so rewarding.
Absolutely. And I mean, Montana as a whole, so proud of you. And we know that you're only going to continue to do amazing things. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to recently, because you actually just got home.
I just got home, I think, Friday? We went on a 5,075-mile trip around the country in 34 days. So we went from Colorado to Wisconsin, and then we went down to Texas. Oh my gosh! So we've been busy.
How did you and Slim do?
We did pretty well.
Okay.
It was a good trip.
Good to hear. And what would you tell maybe somebody watching this, or a kid out there that might be interested in getting into the sport of showing dogs? What would you recommend they do?
I would definitely recommend that they find somebody to mentor them, find a breed or a group that they want to stick to, find somebody that maybe breeds them, and then try to mentor off of them, and maybe eventually get a dog from them or from somebody they know.
Yeah. And we can't end this interview without talking a little bit more about Slim, because he's a character.
He is.
Tell me a little bit about the energy, the spunk that he brings to your guys' truck.
Well, he definitely does a lot. He always loves to wag his tail. Whether he's in a very serious moment or he's just, you know, in the ring, he's always wagging his tail, he's sleeping, or his vibes are just always positive. There's nothing about him that says, oh, I can't do that. It's always, let's do it and find out later.
He tries so hard.
He does.
I mean, and that's got to be something hard to train. You can't train that in a dog, having that energy. So you and Slim and any of your other dogs that you show, because you show a lot.
I do.
Will only do amazing things. So Mackenzie, we could talk for the whole rest of the show about Mackenzie and Slim, but we got to take a break. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Matt has a look at that forecast.